Okay, I think it's finally coming to me. This is the third time I've tried to do this. So figuring out your purpose, which also changes too throughout your life, and like what you came here to do is really hard. And then if you're like, you find yourself in a crazy reality, like you have a child that you're trying to take care of, and you're like, you have all these different things, all these obligations that can easily pull you. And then on top of that, you realize that you're not supported by certain people around you and stuff. It just look at we got the Four of Pentacles, and I'm like doing the same motion that he is. It's hard, but some of us are also stubborn, like myself, and like, how many times have I pulled the freaking star card and know that I'm on this journey that I'm on, and that I love doing all these dances, and yet I have a hard time, seeing myself as this. Like, I don't see myself as that. And that's what's so hard about life here on earth, is that it's hard to it takes everything you have to chase your dreams. It takes everything you have to self-actualize. And that's what you start to see, is that it's never going to be black and white when it comes to like the way that the world tries to control you or hold you back. It's not like, it's just that there's like the people around you, it's using those things to like teach you that it's like you have to do whatever it takes to cash all your cards in, or to like focus all your energy on this thing that you want to have. And so it's just interesting, because it's like, this has probably always been on my heart, but even still now, I'm still lost. I'm still like, what exactly and how exactly am I supposed to be this character, and what am I supposed to do to embody that that I couldn't find the words, like embody that energy, and to be able to like make a living for my family, and like, you know, get us out of this place that I know is dragging my energy down. And what's wild is that there's all these instances where people will reflect to you your truth, but it's very subtle. It's always, the spirit world it's always subtle. It's always calm and mild, which is beautiful, and mysterious. And it's beautiful, but it's like the ego is so freaking loud that it's like, we're like, oh, okay, like I'm dumb. I'm like, I can't even think of the examples. It's just like that voice is, the ego is so loud that it's so easy to just follow that and not stay tuned into our truth, and not stay focused. And there's another big deep part of me that's like wants to co-create, and I can co-create with the universe, but like, that's been one thing for me that's been really hard on this journey, is it's like I kept wanting to find that person that I could collaborate with and that could give me ideas, and I kept reaching to the wrong person, and that's not their fault. It's easy to get mad because I'm like, why couldn't you be there for me? Why couldn't you help me build this dream? You know, like whatever it is, but it's like, that's not their role. And when it comes to like family stuff, that's incredibly painful. Like, family is big for me. I have a lot of fourth house placements, and that's very sacred to me. And it's very like building that bond with my son and stuff like that. And that's why, for me, that's another thing that drives me in this, is that it's like, I'm not okay with my harmony and peace in my home that I have to get up and do and pour into every day, not having that. Like that's unacceptable. And those are things that I did want to give that message of like, finding those things that to you are like, this cannot be taken from me. It's like, okay, you can take some of my money, or you can take my time or whatever, but like, you have to find those things that are like so deeply rooted that you're like, this isn't okay. Because like I said, for me, it's like I get up and do this every day, and it's a lot, and that is easy to get frustrated, that I haven't built that life that I have the support that I need or whatever. But you can flip that and say, okay, this is what I'm trying to protect, and I'm not willing to give this up, and I'm not willing to continue letting people drag me down. And if this is what really will fuel me, what will really fulfill me, because I love dance and I love being creative. I really want to write a book. Like there's these things that I know that I want to do that I know would fulfill me, and then I'm gonna have to figure out how to make the time for. But I also have, this other life that I'm protecting and this child that I'm protecting, and that I have to figure out how to finance and stuff. So, but that's when you find out that there's people around you that they don't want to see you shine. They for whatever reason, it's not that black and white, because you have to look at it as this bigger picture of like, it's a lesson, because they're not meant to be in your life forever. They served a purpose, and they helped you. They taught you how to have boundaries. They taught you how to stand up for yourself. They taught you how to not take ish. Try not to curse because my last one got restricted. And I want to shine my light. Like, I think that's probably the bigger thing, is that it's like, that's really what I want to do. But I just there was a lot about this that I didn't know. I didn't know that there was all this like outer control that I was going to have to like bump up against and stand up for myself and all of that. So you have to learn a lot of these things along the way. And then you get to this point of like, because Spirit knows that I'm stubborn, and then they'll shuffle in the cards, shuffle. And they threw this out at me, these 2 cards. And it just is a reminder that it's like, how many times do we have to show you what you really want for you to really focus in on that? And then it's still like this, like still, there's still parts you have to figure out, and there's still things you have to like uncover, like learning about business and like these different things. Like I said, I'm still like, okay, star, but like what exactly, am I supposed to be doing? And could I monetize doing dance, or, like teaching classes maybe, like that's something that does, like, that's why I like coming on here and giving this, because I'm like, I miss that about teaching. Like, I love teaching classes. I love pouring into people and like feeding them life, because I don't know, it just, it fulfills me. And so, that's something that I still can kind of do by speaking these and like giving these videos, in hopes that it touches somebody who needs it. So self-actualizing is insane. It's an insane journey, but when you can start to let go of the people around you and start to let go of the pain and the blame, and realize that they were just lessons. Okay, I do want to give this last piece, is that there's this degree of they don't care. And that might be the part that is actually the most painful, because you did care. You cared. You kept showing up in that person's life, and you kept giving them your time and attention and your heart, or what, and etc. Like, especially if you are very loving and caring, and they didn't care. They didn't reciprocate that, because there's a lot to unpack, and it's tricky, or it's just, there's a lot there. But that's something that you realize when you start to come back to yourself, and you give that space, you give yourself that solitude, that time away. And then for me, it's like, I wasted a lot of time, and I have to just accept that it is what it is. But there were a lot of lessons, there was a lot of learning, there was a lot of healing. And that's on me. That's not on that person. That's on me to take that, to accept that I did that. And, it takes time sometimes to learn. It takes a lot of cycles to learn some of these lessons. And so you just have to pour that grace into yourself, because that's hard. It's incredibly painful to care about people that don't care, or they're too caught up in their own stuff that they can't give you what you need. They can't be there they can't meet you halfway. And, Sorry, I just like look just like him in this picture. I don't know why I like do this when I'm sitting here. But that's kind of too like this journey is that you always are going to crave depth. You're always going to crave wanting to have knowledge and wisdom and want to have that purpose. And you have to realize that, okay, that was the other piece in this, is that that's not everybody. That I do believe that at some point the people that you could just keep cycling through earth until you self-actualize, or until you learn all of those lessons that you needed to learn. So you have to just accept that there's people here that their journey here, they're not gonna wake up. They're not looking at it. They don't want to see those, but they don't want to face their shame. They don't want to face those parts of themselves. They don't want to heal, whatever. And so that kind of helps you just narrow your focus in on like, okay, it is what it is. That's the way this place is set up. We're all on different journeys. And if I'm not ever going to be fulfilled without self-actualizing and, diving deep and knowing myself and following my purpose and being a creator, then like you have to keep that energy focused, because we're always going to be tested. So because that helps, that the tests help bring you back too. Like it brings you back into alignment sometimes. Okay, I feel like you could just go on and on about this stuff. And like I said, I don't want to get crazy with it. But whatever is in your heart, whatever it is that you want to do, that's the best gift that you can give. And that's the best gift that you can give both to yourself and the world. And you'll start to see that that's that. What is the word? That's the best gift that you can give, because that will inspire everyone around you to chase their dream. And that pulls us out of lack. That pulls us out of fear. That pulls us out of all of these things that we get stuck in. Okay.